That was brilliant! First, I did my thing, and then that goofball tried to hit me with a rock, and then stuff happened, and Dung for Brains got knocked out, and then they all left. End scene.
Yeah, it was good.
It was almost like one of those puppet shows that Wizard puts on in the square. It was hilarious!
It was, right?
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That's the most fun I've had since...
Since?
I don't know. I guess since I hung out with April all those years ago.
Oh. You might be annoying, but you're still a DJ. Alrighty, they have Ajay carrying him. That's a bad plan. That's true.
Locked, but I have the key.
The key! Bum bum bum. Because when we come out of there, it's going to really confuse them.
This place looks a lot bigger on the inside.
Status!
It is a lot bigger on the inside. Okay,
Status.
this is freaky. I feel dizzy. There must be magic here because this makes no sense. Things can't be bigger on the inside than on the outside.
Status.
Then again, why should I be surprised? I've seen weirder things. Weird is my new normal. Right, so, clues.
That appears to be a picture I recognise.
Obnaxis must have been a big believer in crystals. Or maybe this is how people light their houses. Maybe this is totally normal for Arcadia.
Well, Cap, that looks like a circular thing. It could definitely be a time car. And there's a staircase going up, so I'm guessing the time car's on the second floor.
This place has the slightly tacky ambience of a New Age shop. Those are some portentous-looking books. I wish I could read them. Obnaxis must have been a big believer in crystals. Or maybe this is how people light their houses. Maybe this is totally normal for Arcadia. This place has the slightly tacky ambience of a New Age shop.
Oh, that's interesting.
Someone's here. Someone... Who's... Oh, God.
I must apologize, ma'am. I didn't mean to frighten you. Zoë Castillo.
I recognize your voice.
You're the last person I expected to find here.
I remember him from my last visit to Mercuria.
He's the one that flew the airship, took us to the to the Great Library.
Brian, right?
Right. Brian. Brian Westhouse. We spent a few days in cramped quarters
Yeah,
in
I
a small
remember.
airship. I'd be surprised if you didn't remember me.
It's been a confusing year. For a while, I remembered nothing. Even when I tried my best to remember, I couldn't. Well, not until now.
That's right.
I know that feeling all too well, Miss Castillo. So you're back in Mercuria, and in
Indeed.
this place of all places.
How did you get in?
How in the name of the balance did you get inside? People have been trying for years, but this house has strong wards. Venar magic, the oldest there is. And now I understand why. It's a treasure trove.
Why are you in here?
Is that the annals of dreaming? Good God, that's a lost treasure. Only 5 were ever made.
Key.
Why? I guess it helped to have a key. I actually didn't know it was supposed to be so difficult to get in.
So there was a key all this time. The door wasn't locked with a spell. I was right. Where did you...
An acquaintance. Pure luck, I guess.
So what are you looking for here? The ambassador disappeared more than 10 years ago, as I'm sure you know.
How did you get in? Do you follow me?
It's not that I don't trust him, but I should trust Brian. There's no point hiding anything from him.
I'm gonna go
It's
curious.
not that I was just curious about what was in here.
You know what they say about curiosity, Miss Castillo?
It's interesting.
It killed the cat?
What? No. Curiosity is the doorway to knowledge and wisdom. Looks like I picked the perfect day for a stroll in the green.
We need to lock the door behind us next time.
I was wondering why that odorous Hilarious fellow wasn't still trying to chop this tree down. Now I know.
Yeah, I get moving.
Let's see if we find anything interesting, shall we?
How about you don't mess with the stuff I'm dealing with here?
Mr. Westhouse, Brian. He seems very enthusiastic and friendly. Probably. I have a hard time reading him, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't trust him 100%. What? Expecting some Spanish Inquisition? Nobody ever expects Spanish Inquisition. That is true, actually.
I remember him,
Interesting.
but only vaguely. It's like he didn't make much of an impression on me the last time.
He was a
Odd.
annoying person.
But then lots of things from my last visit here are vague and odd.
Have you found anything of interest?
No,
Keep
you're not
looking.
supposed
This
to be,
place
so.
is a treasure trove.
I'm going upstairs, and I'm going to lock the door on the way out. Well, it's not exactly a time core.
Obnaxus must have made the bed before leaving for good. That's kind of sad and eerie.
Well, Bob did say he used it, so...
Obnaxus must have made the bed before leaving for good. That's kind of sad and eerie. Obnaxus was a very well-read man, thing. Obnaxus must have been a big believer in crystals. Or maybe this is how people light their houses. Maybe this is totally normal for Arcadia.
Ooh.
This is fascinating.
Stop reading.
Since this place is so much bigger on the inside than the outside, I thought maybe it existed in a pocket dimension of sorts. But I can still see Mercuria out there, so...
Well, it does change the time if you fall asleep. That is true. That is true.
There are enough musty old books here to fill a university library's special collection of musty old books. Obnaxus must have made the bed before leaving for good. Someone's been sleeping in my bed, said Papa Bear, before mauling Goldilocks and devouring her whole. Don't ever mess with fairy tale creatures.
What does this mean?
Someone's been sleeping in my bed, said Papa Bear. This place has the slightly tacky ambience of a new age shop.
Okay, nothing up here that's of interest. That, however, I still think it's got something. Whatever it is he's after, it's going to be downstairs.
So, if this place is bigger on the inside than the outside, is that an
I
actual
was
door?
right.
Or a portal into a pocket dimension? In which case, what happens if the door fails?
Can I just sit down? Ooh. Oh, no, that. Ooh.
Looks like a handwritten note.
Yoink. Yeah, I can't read that. It's like blurry and
I was
everything.
wrong about that part. But at least now I know.
Zoom. Zoom!
It's another one of Obnaxus's notes.
But I could beautifully read it, right?
Obnaxus left so much behind. There's a wealth of information here.
Are you going to help me in this situation? Ha! Another note.
Westhouse might be able to decipher that note.
Tea bags, hot water. Okay, I know what that is. Coffee, grain. Right, we found 3. Let's see if there's any more upstairs. I wasn't looking for notes originally, so there might be another note up here. Actually, there's a lot of things under the bed, but I can't get to. Books. I feel the upstairs is a bit of a waste. Engaging lurk mode.
I'll make
Okay,
a
Captain
note of
Cross,
that.
enjoy your lurk. Hey, Westhouse.
If you see anything that looks relevant, let me know. I can probably decipher it for you.
Yeah, literally trying to get your attention on that, but okay.
What do you think this means?
Drop your list.
I'm not sure there's much to learn from that one.
What about the other ones I've got available?
What do you think this means?
I'm not sure there's much to learn from that one.
And finally, the one with loads of text on it.
This looks interesting.
The first dreamer references in the annals of dreaming. That's this book right here.
Uh-huh.
And the chapter about the first dream. It's certainly a starting point. Let's see what it says.
Okay.
Can you read that book?
I've lived in Arcadia for decades, and there hasn't been much to do aside from studying ancient texts,
And all
so
the
yes,
other
I can read this book. Let's see, the chapter in question speaks of the Ular. They are said to be wardens of the Dreaming One, whatever that means. It's a rough translation of the English
I know who it
language,
means.
isn't
The
quite
dreaming one is
up
that
to
woman
the
who's
task.
dying.
The Ular and the Yeti One people that split into two. That sounds familiar. It says here the Yeti left the Purple Mountains to go south to burrow into the ground. Something about a well of dreams. I mean, I don't know how much of this is true and how much is fantasy or prophecy. It's a difficult book to decipher. There's also something about two dreamers becoming one.
Yeah, that would be...
It's vague. This is almost certainly a prophecy of some sort. The Ular live on Cloud Peak. It's in the mountains of Yedra. Where's that on the map?
Right there.
Ah, there it is. Straight north across the plains, right in the middle of the border mountains.
Border Mountains.
This is an old book, so I don't know if they still live there.
Probably do.
I've never heard of the Ular. They might all be dead.
That note fell out of the annals when Westhouse turned the pages. That note fell out of the annals when Westhouse turned the pages.
You mean Arunu and the skeletons on the that crystal? Yeah, pretty familiar.
Ah, I knew it! I knew it!
This note fell out from the pages of the annals. What's a soulless stone?
I'm not sure. The Soul Stone was taken from Luke's by the warlock Clax. It must be retrieved, or the past, present, and future will cease to be.
Interesting.
That sounds ominous.
It does indeed. I don't know about any Soul Stone, but I'm guessing this Clax fellow does. I wonder if Abnaxus means old Roper Clax.
Probably.
April told me his story. He was a two-bit wizard who resided in a floating castle up north near the border mountains.
Let's go see him.
April said she taught him a lesson. She didn't get into any details, but he lost his castle. Last I heard, he's doing children's theater here in town. Reformed, apparently, if that's a thing a wizard is capable of.
I remember him. Did he write a book?
Sounds like the Soul Stone is important.
Alright, time to leave.
Sorry, did you want something?
Yes, leave.
He's helping me out, so I guess that's good. I couldn't do this on my own. My magical reading comprehension is somewhat lacking. Still, I wish I could do it without him.
Specific clues about the Purple Mountains. Oh, wait, there was a map. Oh, there's a map.
Fascinating.
Map. No, view it.
Let's see. There. Cloud Peak, just like the book said. This is it.
Yay.
This shows the way to the Purple Mountains. I'm sure Abnaxus won't mind me borrowing this. I'll return it to him in person.
I'll need to write
if
all
I
this
make it to
down
Cloud
before I
Peak.
forget it.
Are we leaving now?
Are you still searching? I'm
Nope.
sure Abnaxus left notes all over the place.
Found them all.
I should get going. Should we...
Locked it on the way out.
Would you mind terribly if I stayed here to read these books?
Well, it's private property, isn't it?
Abnaxus isn't coming back, and I've been itching for a chance to peruse his
How about I lay back in the
library for
later on?
years now. I promise I won't remove anything or make a mess.
They're gonna Okay.
It doesn't look like Brian's going to do any damage to the place. He's respectful and curious. It couldn't hurt to let him stay. He might have the best of intentions, but I made a promise to blind Bob. I'd feel awful if anything happened to Abnaxus's abode.
I'd love to let him stay, but I'm also worried that the other guys will come back and chop it down.
It doesn't look like Brian's going to do any damage to the place. He's respectful and curious. It couldn't hurt to let him stay.
I have to refuse it. I have to refuse it for the best of everything, but then... This is when I don't know what to do here. Allowing him to stay could yield vital information about stuff in the future. But allowing him to stay means he could be in the tree and the people come back and they chop the tree down. Or worst case scenario, the information gets into the hands of the Azadi. The alternative option is we refuse him, we get no information, we piss him off a little bit, and they come back and the door doesn't lock properly anyway, and they still knock the tree down, we lose the information. Okay. So, any ideas on this one? Do we refuse it and risk losing the information, or do we allow it and risk the information falling in the wrong hands? I'm leaning towards refuse personally. Stay. But allow? Does stay mean allow?
It doesn't look like Brian's going to do any damage to the place. He's respectful and curious.
Oh yeah, allow him to stay.
It couldn't hurt to let him stay.
Alrighty. See, that was taunt.
I guess... Okay. I mean, it's not my house.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Ms. Castillo. I hope our paths cross again very soon.
I hope the other guys don't come back and chop the tree down while we're out. And I hope he actually abides by his promise. But we have to think we can't lock the tree if he's inside. That's my only downside to it. But we've done it allow. I was 50-50 on it, so I wasn't really.
Didn't you say something about a wizard and a puppet show?
Yep.
Nope.
No, you did. You said something about a show in the square.
I did not.
Yeah, you did.
Crow.
Oh, right! Roper Clax's Fingerlings! Man, that show's great. A modern classic.
Clax. He's the wizard April Ryan fought.
Yep.
That's right. He was behaving badly, so she fought him and trapped him inside some sort of calculating machine. Pretty clever stuff.
Where can I find this puppet show?
I'll show you.
Okay. That away. Hey, Raven. How does he know the owner's coming back? The owner left this place a long time ago and hasn't been back since.
I hope I made the right decision letting Westhouse stay. I feel we're going
to regret it, but we'll find out. The biggest problem for me is that when the bears come back to chop the tree down, the tree isn't going to defend itself. Ooh, actually, that's a good notice the moth. Maybe now the tree's unlocked, it'll have a different reaction. Okay, that would also be me clicking out of the game again because why?
Ugh, that is just a big nasty nope. I don't care if it looks pretty, it's a giant insect. Ugh, nope.
Still pretty. But to be fair, the guy himself that's gone missing, he lives in a different dimension, so I doubt he's coming back. Now, where would you be if you were a magician doing a play? Probably in the square over here, actually. It's a long walk.
I must admit that I'm getting rather excited about seeing their newfangled tube network.
I thought they just had little flags to it, like it doesn't matter.
They're timing it to coincide with the
Would it be it?
So, that makes sense. If they want to... pretty good. I mean...
I don't see him here. I know what it looks like, so... Seriously, the magical...
I don't know how I'll have everything ready in time for this evening. Petra's invited everyone in the office.
Alright, I'm going back this way. I feel it's not up there where I want it to be.
Into the city, sell it, and come reap Moon Eve, we all enjoy the feast of reaping.
Alright, well, I don't know where is this place? Find fingerlings. Let me said where it was. So much easier. I wasn't paying attention where Crow went. I think Crow went over there, actually. I'm going to notice with this door appear though, really. Well, okay. Pretty quickly.
The Asadi remind me of the Eye. Fascist soldiers are the same everywhere, even across parallel dimensions.
I would say we could run faster, but quite frankly, after the time I spent running, I'd be tired to keep running. If we did it all the time in real life. There's a dog around somewhere. The bench.
I fit right in with the locals.
Ooh, what's that? The law office. I feel we're gonna have a problem with the law later on then. I do find it weird how low quality the text is in the game compared to other things. I mean, look at the texture of the building. Look at that texture in the building. You can see the details there. You look at the sign, it's blurry as hell.
These pipes are everywhere. I'm sure they weren't here the last time around.
No, last time they were still building the tower.
It's connected to the pipes. Looks steampunky, very retro
I'm actually just
future.
nosing now because I haven't actually been up
I can't
here
even
all yet.
begin to guess what they're for. Shiny Azadi machinery. I remember seeing these the last time I was here, but there seem to be a lot more now.
Yeah, they were just starting to install them back then, so.
A map of the city. This could be useful.
Yeah, it could. But there's no fingerlings on there, so. Let's just wander around here. Oh, yeah, the old pub. I didn't go this far. Cool. Old Town was actually down this road then. I don't know if you can get his way around. The pipes will hold heat in winter. From what I remember, these pipes are all about transporting canisters of some kind. Little balls of doom. I mean, little balls of things. I'm just... The mole's house was this way. I remember the mole. Ooh. Wait, is that Old Town? Old Town was off limits. We don't... Oh, Old Town's down here. But it's blocked off still, right? Yeah, look at that. Damn you, I liked Old Town. Hey, buddy.
Nice thing. Good boy or girl.
The city feels all wrong without magicals around. I barely see any Dolmari or Zid in the streets these days, and you can forget about them. They're long gone.
It's strange. I mean, I grew up here. To me, Mercuria was always a city of both humans and magicals. A city with a sorcerous soul.
Well said. That's exactly right.
Indeed
A
it is.
sorcerer's soul. That's lost now.
But it didn't happen overnight.
No.
Zardi have been here for 10 years.
Hey, Yanni, how you
I've
doing?
always condemned magic. It's been on the cards, isn't it? If we wanted to do something about it.
True. Well, I mean,
They're not
there
steam
is
pipes?
the magical
No, they're not
resistance.
steam pipes.
Let's,
They're transportation pipes.
Talk about that in public. You never know who's listening.
So what we learned in the
Don't want
previous
anyone to
episode was that all the pipes go back into a central building.
Like we condone
They get sent out to fire, and some people run calculations on something, and there's little balls inside of like information in them. Then the balls sent back through the pipe network to the central building, and they enter into a big computer which then crunches numbers. They're trying to do something with dreams. We don't know what they're doing yet, though. I did not hear that. No, Yanni. Doing great. It's a story. It is a very sorry. Yes, it's a story game. We played the second one, and this is the third one of the of the game. I'm just trying to find a magician who's reformed, who's doing magic tricks for kids now rather than big magic. So my talking crow sidekick has flown away. Crow, where are you hiding? There's only one place I haven't checked yet, and that's up
The
to the
city
ground.
feels all wrong without magicals around. I barely see any Dolmari.
Oh, actually, saying that, literally right there.
This is gonna be so good.
Hey, dude, remember me? I don't think you earlier.
Roper Clacks, I presume. He looks wizardly, as in how I expected wizards to look when I was 10.
I like building games the most, like Prison Architect. Yeah, I'm a big fan of building games. Prison Architect, City Skylines, stuff like that. But I like a good story game occasionally as well. And we don't play many story games on the channel, so I thought we'd occasionally come back and do one.
If you seek an autograph, you must purchase my book first. It's on sale today. Only...
No, sorry. I need to talk to you.
Hey, people, how are you all doing? I'm doing great, thanks, Bram. How are you doing?
Well, I only have a few minutes before my show begins, but I'm sure I can spare a couple of them for a pretty young thing like you.
Okay, so... Hey, do you remember April Ryan?
Didn't he... Do you remember April Ryan?
April Ryan? Oh, yes, of course, absolutely, certainly, naturally. The bitch...
The brave young woman who came to my castle and stole it. And helped me put my sorceress past
Behind me.
Uh-huh.
How could I possibly forget?
Yeah.
He's obviously got some issues with April. So, about April.
Why does everyone want to talk about April Ryan? She was just a weak little human who stumbled onto things she didn't do.
Yeah, what's that?
No, I must apologize. You see, April and I had some disagreements in the past. I'm past that now. I'm a different person. As for April Ryan... Yeah, I hear she suffered an ignoble death at the hands of our Azadi benefactors. What a shame. What a terrible, terrible shame.
Yeah. They've changed his art style, and I prefer the older art style they had for him in the other game. And it was more reformed in the other one as well, actually. Under good, thanks. Excellent. Hey, Brian, you say, the reporter who worked with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the same. She was teleported here to annoy him. Peter, who's your favourite large streamer, like 1,000 plus viewers? Nerdcubed? Quill18? They're literally the only two people I actually ever see who's got above 1,000, but I tend to stick to them below 100. The largest one I actually watch on a regular basis is Sharon. She plays Dead by Daylight. She's 180 viewers, average. But I do tend to stick to mostly like sub 20 viewer streams. I tend to find those sort of streams more personal, and the people get on nicer to have chats with. Yoni, Bram, the Toad. What are me and Toad's first in? I have no idea where it is. It just said I got a notification about it as well for a stream I'm in. Founders, early stream supporters. It's a Twitch thing. They didn't say anything about it though. My 1,000 stream is probably Quill or Hyper RPG. Yeah, I haven't. To be fair, I haven't watched any Hyper RPG stuff in a while now.
This has to be the right man. You are Roper Clax, right? The wizard?
Who told you that?
Well, that sign, for one.
No, the wizard part. Who told you?
I mean, I'm merely a humble finger puppeteer trying to make an honest living in a cold and heartless world.
But you were a wizard once.
Fully rehabilitated, I don't go anywhere near sorcery, not anymore.
Any reason?
You should really read my highly acclaimed and best-selling memoir, A Farewell to My Wizarding Ways.
If I remember rightly, didn't sell like one copy.
It's a thrilling story of redemption and romance, of dashing heroes and wicked villainesses, of flying castles and curious calculating devices. Every word of it as true as the night is dark and the day is bright, of course.
I seem to remember in the other one that he managed to sell a total of one copy. And he had that copy. I get it. Live streamers are impersonal. I like Dan's Gaming a lot. I heard the name Dan's Gaming, but I've never actually watched any of the stream stuff.
I might as well get right to it, seeing as his show is about to begin. Do you recall owning a soul stone?
A soul stone?
Yeah?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
I was just wondering, since there are so many impressive tales about your powers where I come from.
And where would that be?
Stark.
That was a long time ago.
in another life. I've moved on. I'm a different person now in every way.
I was just wondering what happened to the stone.
She took it, that bitch.
Hey, Planet, got it.
Pardon me, I don't know where that came from.
I know where it came from.
Who?
Yaga, the wicked witch of the north,
not
as
evil.
these simpletons call her. As if they have any idea who and what she truly is.
What is she?
She lurks in Riverwood in the dark places. She feeds on that stone like a... Like I said, that's in the past, and I've left it all behind long ago. Now I make an honest living, bringing joy to children through my most excellent and revolutionary finger puppet theater. And on that note, I must beg your pardon, young miss. The show is about to begin.
Have fun.
Can we please talk again afterwards? I have some more questions.
Sure. Absolutely. After the show. Yes.
He's gonna run away and hide.
Toodaloo.
Nobody says toodaloo if they're not up to something.
Yes, here we go.
Do we have to watch the
This is
show?
gonna be so good.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, humans and... well, humans. And you, Azadi soldier standing over there, you're welcome to watch. Just don't rattle your sabers or rustle your
Why do
suits.
I hate Baby Yaga?
Welcome to this morning's
Hey, would you
performance
consider
of
streaking stuff?
The
based on video
Fingerlings.
games? I think
I am
streaking
your
on Twitch is
host and
against the TOS.
puppeteer, Roper Clax,
Saying.
esteemed thespian and raconteur, author and entrepreneur. My book is available for purchase with a free personalized dedication. Speak to me after the show. A donation is both appreciated and expected. Drop your coins into the box after the show. Remember that every iron piece goes towards a good purpose.
Woohoo! Go Fingerlings!
My beloved Fingerlings, handcrafted reproductions of renowned actors from across Arcadia, immortalized in finger puppet form by skilled artisans. Using only the finest fabrics and natural materials, these lovely creatures are
I
as
reckon
dear
most
to
of them.
me as children, and as talented and protean as the finest human players. You're all
Johnny, I was making more of
welcome
the
to
fact that you
approach the
misspelled the word
stage
stream
after
and
the
street,
show, of
not
course,
the fact that you
to
can't stream.
admire
So
my
sorry.
fine
But yeah, looking at what that would do.
images up close
I'm not
and
really
intimately,
that, but the other thing that would do,
touching no
I
children.
just don't really have the camera for it. The camera I've got here is good enough for a
Beloved
small face
audience,
cam in the corner, but it's
prepare
not really
yourselves for a
good for, like, pointing
journey
into
into
a kitchen or
mystery,
something like that.
for a true story of wizardry and
Just literally the
magic.
camera. Make move the microphone, no issue.
I
but
present
the
to
camera's the
you
issue.
the tale of the good-hearted
Yeah.
wizard and the villainous winch. Once upon a time, in the distant north, there lived a kindly old wizard in a wonderful flying castle. This very friendly wizard liked to tease and toy with the people of the land, and sometimes he would do silly things like turn them into stone or furry animals and bottle up the wind. Naturally, he meant no harm, and the people of the land loved the wizard like they would a grandfather, a very young and very, very handsome grandfather. But one day, an evil sorceress from a distant land came to visit the kindly
RPGHP.
wizard. This ugly, selfish witch didn't understand that the wizard was only trying to make people happy. She used her
Thank you everyone for the bits. Much appreciated.
sorcery to steal all of his possessions and trap him inside a tiny little box where the gentle wizard was barely able to breathe. The poor old man was trapped for many moons inside this box before a benevolent wandering god arrived to free him from his prison. The wizard pledged eternal allegiance to the wandering god in return for vengeance against the cruel witch who trapped him.
Ooh, interesting.
Together they
There he is, Commander. The dangerous loon who's corrupting our youth with his occult finger rings.
What? What's this? What are you doing? What's going on? You can't... Hey! Hey, hands off!
You're teaching children of magic, old man. You ought to know better.
Release me, you dishonorable brute!
By the authority vested in me by the Greater Azadi Empire and the Emissary, and in accordance with provisional imperial law prohibiting any and all teachings of occult magic, I'm taking you into custody.
You can't do this! You don't know who I am!
Tell it to the magistrate, wizard.
My fingerlings! My precious handcrafted fingerlings! No!
Oh.
I cannot believe that they arrested him. What a travesty.
Don't move, please. Thank you. Talk to Crow. I want to talk to you. Hi, dude.
I cannot believe that they arrested him. What a
I
travesty.
don't think he's alone in there. He has company.
Aw.
There's something wrong with him. When I looked at his face, I saw shadows. Stupid wizard, he's still trapped. But this time he's trapped inside himself. I don't think he's alone in there. He has company.
The smartest of them all. Alrighty. Hey, Crow. Hey, B. If I get an internship with United Airlines, I can fly for free. We're gonna meet up in the UK somewhere. You know, it might be a thing. Potentially. We'll see.
I didn't see that coming.
I guess the Azadi aren't fans of creepy puppet shows either.
To be fair?
I think it had more to do with him being a wizard. Okay, shit. So what now? He was my only lead to the Soul Stone.
No, it told us where it was.
All I have to go on is something about a Yaga and Riverwood.
Riverwood? I know Riverwood. I've been to Riverwood. If it's Riverwood you need, I know how to get to Riverwood.
Crow, the hero, the
Really?
savior.
And the Yaga? The Wicker Witch?
I don't know anything about Yagas, but I do know something about witches in Riverwood. On my last trip there, we had a close encounter with one of them. That witch is toast, of course, but I can probably find my way back to Riverwood.
Probably.
It's north. We go north. Wait, which way is up? Yeah, north.
Okay. Okay. That's something, right? Much
Yeah,
better than
it
nothing.
is.
We just need a way to get north that doesn't involve me walking all the way.
Or me flying. I'm not flying all that way. I tire easily.
Seriously, is this DJ?
I feel a cunning plan coming on. Follow me, Zoe.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's either a cunning plan or I need the toilet. But I'm pretty sure it's a cunning plan.
Alright, where you going? Oh, I'm gonna fade out good.
Closer to ya. Tell me how and I'll do it, babe. 'Cause I just wanna make you feel the way I do about you. So just tell me how and I'll do it, babe.